So you're a real estate agent or thinking about becoming a real estate agent, but you're not just interested in listing and selling homes, you're more interested in owning and investing in them. If this sounds like you, stay tuned because today I'm going to be going over my 5 steps from going to an agent to an investor. If you're interested, let's get to work. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Junior, and this is a place where I love to talk about entrepreneurs, starting and growing businesses, and real estate, which happens to be our topic of the day. So many times I see entrepreneurs have big dreams of huge real estate developments, big apartment complexes, and huge luxury mansions, but they never go through with it because they think it's too unattainable. On the flip side, I see people getting into the real estate industry, they start selling properties and they get complacent in their big dreams of owning these big condo buildings and big developments. It goes by the wayside because you get comfortable with your day-to-day. I wanted to make this video today to give you guys my steps on how I went from a top producing agent to a top developer and investor in my community. I think you will find some value, so let's jump right in. Step number 1 in going from a realtor to an investor is simply determining what your goals are. If you want a flexible schedule and you love interacting with people, you love helping first-time home buyers find that perfect new home and watching their family grow as your career grows, being a realtor could be an absolutely perfect career. The flip side is, if you want to get into property investing and you have, let's say, a trust fund set aside, or you have friends or family members that can help you with the cash needed to get your career going, then that's also a great opportunity and situation that you absolutely should take advantage of. But I wanted to make this video today for everybody else in between. The person that wants to get into property investing, but you don't have the cash and you don't have the relatives that can essentially cut you a check to get your investing career started. I want to show you guys how being a realtor can absolutely help you in that journey while you get experience and you get closer to your end goal of owning these beautiful properties. I want to be crystal clear here, guys, on the goals that I see most often. Number 1 is you want to be a realtor, you want a nice, sustainable career for you and your family, you love the act of showing homes and negotiating deals. Being a realtor as a career is an absolutely beautiful and great choice. Then there's the next goal of, I just want to own investment properties. If you don't want to be an agent to do so, then you're going to have either another career, cash set aside, maybe you already own a home and you have equity in the home that you can tap, maybe a friend or a family member or a relationship with a bank that can get you directly into real estate investing. But this video is specifically for the people that want to invest in properties one day and they're just looking for a clear path to get there. Being a realtor is an absolutely beautiful way to not only have a sustainable career, feed yourself and your family while you're gaining valuable experience and know-how on your way to becoming a real estate investor and developer. For step number 2, it's simply putting your plan in writing and becoming licensed. So now that you've officially determined that being a real estate agent is simply a stop on your journey to becoming an investor and developer, write down the clear goals that you want to learn during that process. Some examples are, I want to know how to negotiate a contract. I want to understand how mortgages work. I want to see what scares off buyers and what sellers are like. All of those things are things that you could learn while being a realtor, while having a sustainable career that can ultimately help your investments and developments in the future. A list like this can help you from becoming complacent. The longer you're in the real estate game and you're a realtor and you've been doing it for years now, without a set goal, it's very easy to get complacent and comfortable, especially if you have a consistent income coming in now that you've been in the business a while. That's the wrong thing. You want something to hold yourself accountable on why you got in the business in the first place. I see too many realtors making the mistake that they get in with big grand visions, but they get comfortable making their annual salary and basic bonuses and commissions from being a realtor. But they lose sight on why they got in and what the next step is. Don't let that be you. Okay, so your list is complete. Now it's time to simply get licensed. The biggest mistake I see here is I see so many people spending months and in some cases years on just being a licensed realtor that you're wasting so much time and energy trying to pass an exam. My recommendation is this: do what you need to do to pass your state and national real estate exam and get out in the street. I assure you that nothing you learn in those books are gonna hold as much as getting real world experience. So do what you need to do to pass the test, but ultimately, let's get that license and let's get it quick just so we can get real world experience that's gonna last a lifetime. Now that your goals are set and you're officially a licensed realtor, congratulations. Step number 3 is simply picking the right brokerage firm and the right clients to work with. Picking the right brokerage firm is probably one of the most crucial decisions you could make at this point. If your goal is to invest in huge multifamily apartment complexes, then picking a broker that manages these assets is probably a good idea, or at least a brokerage firm that represents investors buying multifamily properties, giving you real world experience in the asset class that you want to invest in one day. Now, let's say you want to do a big residential development, building and selling luxury homes. Then working for a luxury boutique brokerage firm can probably give you the best insight into not only how to attract a higher end clientele, but more importantly, what it's like representing them and what buyers of $1 million homes get scared away with. Those are the things that you guys want to make decisions on before you pick a broker. Don't just look at the commission split. Don't just go to the flat fee broker because you want to keep the most of your commission. Understand that the experience is also valuable if you stick to your goal of becoming an investor in these properties one day. So keep that in mind. But with that said, understanding your commission is also the icing on the cake when picking a broker. If you could find a brokerage firm that allows you to keep more of your commissions while you're getting experience in the niche that you want to invest in, that's the holy grail. You want to make sure, obviously, you keep as much of your money as possible, but I just want to make sure you guys understand that that shouldn't be the only decision when picking a broker with your ultimate goals for investing in these properties. So lastly, now that you've picked your broker, you have a really good relationship with the niche that you're in, you want to start focusing on the type of customers you work with, and especially the type of customers that you continue to nurture and have a relationship with for the coming years. You want to look for your customers that have the ability to or are currently buying and selling investment properties. Those are the guys that are going to be your first partners years from now. So you want to make sure that you over deliver for them. Too many times I see realtors just go deal after deal after deal after deal when not all deals are created equal, especially if you created a list to be an investor. You want to make sure that you give those guys special attention. The guys that are loaded, the guys that are already buying apartment complexes or investment properties, you want to make sure that you treat those guys more special than anybody else. If you have a good relationship with these unicorn clients, I promise you, these are going to be the guys that partner with you on your very first deal. Keep that in mind. So for step number 4, becoming a broker and cutting deals with your top clients is the next step in our process. Now, the reason I recommend everybody get their broker's license is because it doesn't do any harm whatsoever. Now, every state has their own set of rules, whether it's 2 years to become a broker, 4 years, 6 years in some cases, or even longer. But the reason you want to get that broker's license is because you could still practice under another broker with your broker's license. But it allows you to build your book of business to where right when you're ready, without needing to take a test, without getting approval, you could go start your own shop, which is crucial to finalize your plan. Now, the importance of having your own brokerage is you could set your own rules. Cutting deals with your top clients is the key to growing your investment business. If you work for another broker, every brokerage has their own rules. They have their own terms when it comes to commissions, splits, fees, paperwork. Having the flexibility to go deal after deal using your own rules with your clients is absolutely crucial in getting to our next step. So cutting deals with your investor clients. What is it? What does it look like? And what are some examples? I'll break it down. Step number 1 in cutting a deal with an investor client is you've identified a project or a property that is just the right fit. The first thing you're going to propose to your investor client after you present that property is, hey, client, I want to participate in this deal. Here's what I'm willing to do. You're going to tell that investor client that when he buys that property, you're going to use your 3% commission to invest in the rehab of the project. Let me be clear. They're going to buy the property using you as their realtor. When you get that 3% commission, you're going to then reinvest that commission into the rehab of that property. You're also going to promise the commission that's on the list side of that same very listing. So you present a property, your customer buys it. You then use your commission to participate and have skin in the game in that investment that you proposed. So now here's what to look for. You want to look for not just the purchase price of the property, but you want to really pay attention to what's the cash needed on the rehab. Too many times people focus on the overall loan amount, but that's not really the key. You want to look at what your partner is coming out in cash. For example, let's say you buy a $100,000 property and it's 100% finance, but your partner is putting $100,000 in cash towards the rehab. That's what you want to pay attention to, and that's what you want to go after. You want to take your commission, whatever that commission may be, let's say it's $15,000, okay? 7.5 on the front end, 7.5 on the back end, and then you want to combine it and pledge to your partner, hey, I'm going to put $15,000 in this deal. So instead of you spending $100,000 in cash on the rehab, you only need to spend $85 because I'm going to put $15,000 of my own money in commissions in this deal. Not only am I going to put cash and skin in the game, I'm going to help find the property, I'm going to help sell the property, I'm going to help the general contractor, I'm going to help you with staging, I'm going to help pick the fixtures, so on and so forth, adding value to the deal. That is absolutely step one to negotiating and cutting a deal with your very first investor turned partner. And guys, the reason this works almost every time is, let's say you're the real investor, okay? And your realtor wants to participate in this deal. They're gonna find and bring you a deal, and what they're asking for is no more than you would pay them normally just to list the property. You're typically not paying their commission on the buy side, and on the sale side, they're foregoing that commission. So now they're participating only on profit, they're gonna do all the work, and they're incentivized to not only sell it fast, but sell it for even more money. It's almost a no-lose situation, and I've rarely seen an investor turn that type of proposal down. And this, guys, is how you use being an agent as leverage to get your first investment deal. For step number 5, guys, it's all about executing that plan and preparing for your own deal. So you've successfully cut a deal with your investor turned partner, and now it's time for you to execute. You need to over-deliver on every single thing you promised before, because if you get it right, not only do you have a client for life, you have a partner for life. Now, another benefit from doing this method is now you're officially a real estate investor. You can legitimately say that you invest in real estate properties yourself, and now you're gaining experience as an equity holder when it comes to doing your own deals. When you go to a lender or you go to a bank and they say, hey, Junior, what are the deals you've done as an investor? Now you can legitimately say, not only did I help buy and sell this as part of my value in my partnership, I was an equity stakeholder in this deal. Super valuable when starting to do investment properties, because the more you do, the more you build relationships with lenders, the easier it is to fund your next deal. So lastly, rinse and repeat this step. I've been doing this for the last 10 years without fail. Over and over and over again. This type of partnership, this type of venture never fails. And for a bonus tip, guys, this is an opportunity to invest without the liability. Now keep in mind, your partner or other real investor is the one that's getting the mortgage. They're the ones using their credit and their dollars to get the deal done. You were participating on the back end as a realtor turned equity partner. So you don't have to qualify yourself. You don't have to use your personal credit, freeing you up for your own personal and private deals. It's a great way to spread your energy and effort without increasing your liability. Now, if you like that tip and you want to learn more about how you can leverage being a realtor to get ahead, I'd love to make more videos about that topic. But first, let's recap our 5 steps to go from an agent to an investor. Guys, step number 1 is determining your goal. If you have an advantage, use it. Assess your situation and go from there. Step number 2 is put your plan in writing and get licensed. Put it on paper exactly what your goals are so you don't get off track. Get licensed the fast way. Step number 3, picking the right brokerage firm and the right clients. If your brokerage firm or your clients don't fit your long-term vision, move on. Step number 4, start your own brokerage firm and start cutting deals with your clients. This is the most important step in our journey. Step number 5 is to execute your plan and prepare for your own deals. Rinse and repeat this step, guys, over and over and over again. And lastly, our bonus tip, if you follow all these steps, guys, this is investing without the liability, which is the holy grail in real estate. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and you found some value. If you did, please like the video and leave a comment below. As you know, I post here every single week, so don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe. As always, guys, if you give advice, charge a price. Until next time, peace.